everybody, I'm Mango Thunderslice, and today we're going to be talking about complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, or what it appears to be, right? This is, considering how upset I allowed myself to be at the second set of Syrian airstrike shenanigans during the Trump presidency so far, I feel that I owe it to myself and to you and to Mr. Trump himself to basically make this video and give some credit where it's due. And, this one is funny because it's, first of all, it's like the demonstrated results accruing from what could be fairly described as a schizophrenic foreign policy, right? We go from, I'm gonna kill you, oh God, I'm gonna blow you up, fire and fury, to, hey bro, you're very respectable, let's meet up. The bowing to each other and all the formalities and honors, and it's just funny to see, right? Because, you have basically so many different decades of nothing happening with North Korea, and then basically it takes the kind of bluster of Donald Trump to actually, bring an actual negotiating situation to bear. And that's just funny to me. And again, it's power dynamics that weak people don't really understand, because to them, all they understand are the abstracted systems, right? But they don't understand power politics and people and how psychology works among people who are actually in a position of control, right? And, it's the art of the deal. And, I made several videos, almost probably a year ago, when this whole thing was really heating up, and, hoping for this scenario, right? But saying if this can't be achieved, if something doesn't, lead into this negotiating process in a genuine good faith, situation, then, we really are looking at, a war in the Korean Peninsula, or rather just the continuation of the war, because the war never ended. It's been going on since the 50s. It ended with an armistice, which is not an ending to the war. It's just a we stop killing each other type thing, right? And so it's just interesting. I feel like, no matter what side of the political spectrum, all rational people have to at least give Trump a little bit of credit on this one. It's funny because the media, again, going to their usual just bullshit and shenanigans, trying to find any way to make this seem like not a positive development, or make Trump look bumbling and awkward and stupid. Like, oh, Trump told a fat joke, and Kim Jong-un had his awkward reaction. It's like, first of all, it was like the lightest humor possible. It was not like some deep sarcasm. Also, in Korea, they don't have sarcasm. They don't know what sarcasm is. It's a distinctly Western thing, right? And beyond that, it's like in Korea, being thin is not a desirable thing. It's like, Kim's like, why would I want to look thin? It's like, there's a reason he's fat. He wants to look like he's luxurious, right? And he's, that it's like back in the day, even in Europe, it was like fatness, voluptuousness was, desirable trait and physically appealing, because everybody else was a starving peasant, right? So you had these people actually adoring the fat knight. And same with Kim, he's like, why would I want to look thin? You think I'm some kind of peasant? And again, that's all assuming that he understands all the English as it was spoken, and but it's just so funny, man. Like, at this point, you have the full perfect divergence of the raving, maniacal, deranged communists, right, who I guess have taken over the Democratic Party. And, basically every other rational person. I mean, seriously, even if I didn't already, have my, I didn't already favor Trump on so many other ways for pissing off that same group of people, right? Even if I were a liberal and a Democrat, I would still give some snaps to the president for this, right? That he has successfully brought a situation where it looks like we could have the reunification of the Korean Peninsula in our lifetimes, a major, major geopolitical development, allowing, basically a railway to go down the Korean Peninsula, millions of people, benefiting economically. And of course, the entire North Korean population has the opportunity to come out of poverty if this happens. And for anybody to be cynical about that, like, oh, this is just some bullshit deal, like, it's like, come on, even if it's, just a preliminary meeting and we haven't achieved everything, right now, it's like, for you not to support the president on this particular issue is like, you really look like a jackass. And this is like, I'm getting pretty excited for the midterm elections, because the blue team has pretty much put all of their chips on racism, and Russia, right? And I'm willing to bet that the majority of America, even on the coasts at this point, they don't give a fuck about Russia, or racism. Obviously, there's still the aforementioned raving communists, but this is the point, is that the more that they make themselves look so asinine and just contrarian for the sake of being contrarian, like, they distance themselves from the majority of Americans. And I think that most people will see that. I think when the average Joe Blow, who doesn't even pay attention to politics, looked at the paper and sees that Trump may have brought peace to the Korean Peninsula, which Kim Jong-un himself thanked Trump for making the meeting happen. I mean, it's like, to not give credit for that, it's like, you guys have lost it. Like, nobody cares what you think anymore. The media, all you guys are just deranged. And, to any sensible person, this is a genuinely good thing, and we should be stoked about it. And, it's just a perfect snapshot of everything that's happening. Everything is changing in the way that I and many others in the alternative media have been describing, that there is a major geopolitical shift happening. And, the traditional Western alliance was trying to encircle Russia and China and eventually basically, lead to the ultimate regime change / World War III, which is against those powers, right? But Trump represents a faction of, the deep state, if you will, that, part of the old guard that doesn't really want to go to World War III against Russia and China, and would rather actually just roll back the American imperium and work together as a great three-power sort of triumvirate of Russia, China, and the United States to build out the Eurasian continent, the Belt and Road Initiative, and basically lead into some form of harmonic planetary governance structure. Because inevitably there will be some form of governance structure. It's just a matter of whether or not that's a top-down imperial, tyranny like we've seen throughout most of the empire and its history, or if it can be something new, something more federalist, decentralized, a balance of power, right? And it's just really cool to see the G7 total joke, and Trump just snubbed them all and shows up late, leaves early, basically skips a working brunch about gender responsibilities or some other bullshit. It's so perfect. And then you got basically the Shanghai Cooperation Organization having their meeting, India and Pakistan, which are rival powers who do not like each other. They are now member states of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO. And so it's beautiful. When the American imperium leaves, right, there's the opportunity for an actual balance of power to emerge. And, there's great things about America, but not when we try and be the policeman of the world. And that's what America First is all about. And, I'm willing to, forgive the, both rounds of theatrical airstrikes against Syria, as long as there's a good faith effort on the part of the president and his cabinet members to actually bring peace to bear and not, go the neocon route of just blow it all up and see what happens later, right? It's like Libya, there's slave trading in Libya, right? It was a beautiful nation, and it's just a total hellhole, and no one acknowledges it except for those already in the alternative media, right? And, it's just, things are changing, and it's not because, there's a secret double plan by the Illuminati and Trump's all part of the secret double plan, and, it's all the Jews, right? And it's all the Illuminati. It's like, no, there's actual people in this world, and there's actual, there's real struggles happening, right? What's the quote? History is the story of wars among secret societies, right? And, it's good to see. And the good news is, if we can actually, bring this bring this home, again, like I'm the one doing it, but, again, this is all a process of making peace happen, because if we fail to speak up and speak the truth, and we fail to act, then the neocons do by default get their way, right? That's how this whole game works, is that the reason they're not getting their way is because more and more we are standing in their way and denying them their narrative. right? And so it's good stuff, guys. And just you know, the thing is now, if the Asian theater can be toned down and the Korean situation can be dealt with, then guess what? All spotlights on Israel, right? And in the Middle East, right? They want their war against Iran, but they're not gonna get it because we've got all the eyes on the planet watching you now. And you know, it's yeah, that's what's up. They think that they can just do another false flag, do another fake ass chemical attack that didn't even happen, just to give the white helmets another PR stunt, right? You know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Trump knows it. Everybody knows it. And, you know, it's that's what's up. It's our revolution, baby, and let's keep it rolling. So on that note, just wanted a quick update to give some credit to the president and talk shit to the haters a little bit. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Ah.